Alright, what's up guys, Triple C here. Welcome to my next tutorial. This is tutorial number 20 and in this tutorial I'll show you how to build a crab slide. Now I'm just using my base here, which I had from the previous tutorial on container wall rides, so we're going to start out with this. Now when you build a crab slide, where the car slides on its on the side, not on the roof basically, what's important is give people time to grind against the grind up containers. I see some people building crab slides where they start out at this point with a grind container. That might be tricky for people that are not very good at wall riding to hit this container in time, so I would recommend, if you have enough props, give them 3 containers, that way people can easily grind up against the container and up for the slide. So what you want to of course have the same angles always. So what you can do to do that, wait, I'll just do it as if I would just come in here. If you go to props, this thing here that if I'm gonna place it, it will actually place a bit lower. Look, you see it placed a bit lower than it was showing initially. And how to overcome that is actually to go on the world heading, click right and left once, and then you see exactly where it places, and it won't go down if you place it. Probably you guys all know that, but what this also does, it locks the orientation. So this is very useful to get your same orientations back. So if I want to place a grind container here and have my container exactly at the same orientation as this one, I go into props, and now I quickly click on world heading right to pitch and left once again. And now if I pick up one of these containers, wait, I take the allow prop stacking off. Now if I pick one of these up here, the orientation is locked. So now I will have my angle back. So if I cancel out with circle again, you see my next container here is exactly at the same orientation as the previous one. So this is actually very, very useful to get to always get the same orientation back. Maybe also if you lost it. You can also save them in checkpoints. I showed that in the previous tutorial, but now with this option it's just so easy. Just tick to pitch once and back to world heading, pick up your prop, and your next one will be exactly at the same orientation. So yeah, we're just gonna go with the green container. It doesn't matter which one you take. Now notice that I'm not placing it at the very bottom, but I'm placing it a bit further up. This is important because whether you're building a crab slide or a turtle slide, or also regular dummy proofing, one would suspect, wait, I'm going to place it here now. Okay, now for the next one, again, I'll get my orientation by disallowing prop stacking, picking up a container, canceling it out again, and now I have the orientation of the next one. Okay, and now with the dummy proofing or the grinding, people would suspect that you have to line them up exactly right. This is not the case. Also, if you're building a turtle slide, what you want is that the next one is always a bit lower than the previous one. Otherwise, you brick wall on it for some reason. So now we're just going to make sure that this one is just a bit lower. Yeah, this will work. You can also make it even lower. Just make sure that they don't line up perfectly. You always want to have them a bit lower than the next one. Also, if you're building regular dummy proofing, it's the same concept as reverse building, which we had before the creator update. It's very important that things don't line up perfectly. This will cause your car to brick. Also, the slide will not work. If you build a turtle slide and the containers are all exactly lined up, your car will just brick out of it, and you'll get a smooth slide if they're just the way they are now. You see over there. If the next one is a bit lower. So, okay, next step again. This one's important that we have exact orientation because we're going to slide it across the next part. So, disallow prop stacking, pick up a container. Ah, shit, it's already placed it once. So wait, hold up. Come on. Okay, now we're gonna delete it again. Alright, so now I'm gonna pick one up, cancel it out again, and now we've got exactly our orientation. I'm gonna allow prop stacking again. And again, make sure that this is a bit lower than your previous container. I mean, this would also work, but you know, take your time with it. Okay, I've got it like that now, and I'm gonna continue building with this world heading we have, because we're gonna be exactly on a straight line doing it this way. Actually, it's not a good choice of containers here because of the open doors. I'll quickly switch to another container. Just use the red one. Okay, you see this one is a bit lower again. Next one, make it a bit lower again. Yeah, perfect. No, not perfect. Oh, my view just messed up there. You know, you can even have it can even be really a tad lower, you know, it doesn't matter. Oh, come on. Okay. It's kind of stuck at this weird... I'll just do like this now. Take your time with it, you know, when you build something that you're gonna publish. I'll just rush through it here. Okay, so if you're gonna build short crab slides, probably any car will make it. The cars that work best on a crab slide are the Adder and the Infernus. When I built the first one, I tested it with all cars excessively. Adder and Infernus will just stay on their side. You can build really long ones. I built one which I didn't publish, which goes downwards basically. You start up in the sky and you go downwards for like 15 containers. And the Adder, it just stays on its side, it won't fall over. If you do a short one with just 3 containers, any car will get over. Zentorno, Osiris T20, they want to tip on their roof after some time, but they will get over 3 containers easily. Cars like the Entity, for example, they want to tip over on their wheels, but it'll also make it if it's just short enough, you know? So if you make a short one, you can have it open to any supercar, basically. Except for Sultan, I don't own one, but Jaeger told me it didn't work. And Banshee is generally not a good car for wall rides and stunning. I wouldn't recommend that one anyways. So yeah, now we got our slide here, and we'll just continue with our previous templates we had on the previous tutorial with the containers of the wall rides. Hold up. Yeah, so now of course you want to make it connect again. Just put it at somewhat of an angle. And your car should connect now to the next wall ride again. Alright, we'll quickly run a test. Hold up, just make it a bit longer here. Okay, let's give it a test and slide over these containers. It's a really short one, but you get the idea. You know, you can make it as long as you want. The longer you make it, the more you'll be limited to certain cars only making it. So just figure it out. Wait, we'll give it a quick test and see if it works. Yep, here we go. Easy. Yeah, so that was it. That's how you build a crab slide. Pretty easy, actually. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Look out for the next tutorial. Like you saw, we're getting into some more intricate stuff. We're gonna do some fun tutorials in the future. So yeah, subscribe, like, check out the next tutorial.